Alright, so today marks the first day of this mini cut. I just got done eating breakfast. This is my new apartment. Pretty nice, got a lot of room, 2 bedrooms. But today I have to turn in the key to the old place. There's still some stuff that needs cleaned and picked up before it's all said and done. So I'm about to head over there. Unfortunately, I was not able to get meal prep done for the week yesterday, so ate breakfast. That's one meal. I'm gonna go finish up that stuff with the other apartment, turn in the key, and clean up the place. Have one of these little guys while I'm over there because it's 11 o'clock now and we have to turn the key in by noon. So I'll have this at noon. I'll come back right after I turn in the key, and then I'm gonna get all the meal prep done. It's gonna be beef, rice, chicken, and sweet potatoes. So I'm gonna get on track. I'm gonna go do that, and I'm gonna do a little meal prep edit-ish type thing for you guys. So we'll get stuff done, and I'll see you later. Okay guys, what's up? We're back at the house, the new house. Everything's taken care of at the old apartments. Got the keys turned in, got all my stuff, and this is my new place, my new stomping grounds, my dojo. So, we're going to do meal prep. Kitchen is new, everything's in a different place. It's a lot smaller, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to meal prep. Just a bit more. We're going to get it done either way. We're going to cook beef, chicken, rice, and sweet potatoes. So that will make 2 meals throughout the day, and I'm going to make 6 of those. So beef and rice, chicken and sweet potatoes, and that will get me till Saturday. I don't cook for Sunday, I cook on Sunday. Sunday is usually cheat meal day, so I don't count macros or I don't count anything. I just eat. So we're going to go ahead and get started. Sorry if the video quality is bad, but I usually use my iPhone to film, and modern technology these days, that films better than that does. Same with audio, but I have a tripod for that guy. I'm going to need 2 hands. So let's make food so I can eat, and let's get started. So yeah. Alright, so we generally get things started with rice. Nice thing about rice and having a rice cooker is that you can start it and then you can leave it while you work on everything else. So generally start with that. Like I said earlier, we're making 6 days worth of meals. So a half a cup each meal, so 6 days, that'll come to 3 cups. So we're going to go ahead and measure that out. And then generally, kind of my rule of thumb is about a cup of water for every cup of rice. A little bit more if you like your rice to be a bit softer. Put the lid on it, plug it back in, cook, and we'll leave that go. And then we move on to this, the first most tedious thing to take care of, and that would be chicken. The reason chicken is kind of a pain is because you have to, well, you don't have to, but you really should cut off all the fat, weigh it out, and make sure everything's up to par there. So, cut the fat off. So, depending on the day and how much time I have, when I go to weigh it out, I'll either weigh out the entire chicken breast, or I will cut it into little chicken chunks, I guess, if you want to call them that. They cook easier, and they're a bit easier to weigh. Make sure I'm in ounces. And what I want is about 8 to 10 ounces, more around 8, of chicken in each meal. So we'll weigh that out by each chicken breast. And that came out to about almost exactly 8 ounces. So I have my pan with foil started over here, so I'm just going to take this, chuck it onto that. Alright, so time to season everything. I got chicken. There's a bit of water underneath them just to help keep the chicken from drying up. But I got the oven preheated right now. So I'm going to season this while it does that. I have Tex-Mex Chipotle. I got it from Meyer, so we're going to give this a shot. And the thing with my seasoning is I am not concerned about seasoning at all. The only reason you need to be concerned about your seasonings is if you're watching your sodium, especially with stuff like this. But this is a mini cut. It's nothing too serious, meaning there's no point in me being so uptight about something as small as my sodium. I'm not doing a competition. I'm not, doing a magazine shoot or something like that. I'm just trying to get summer ready. So there's no point in me going completely broke on tasteless foods. So seasoning is not an issue. I just use a grinder because you get a good forearm pump while doing it, so pro tip. Just use some garlic seasoning to fill in the empty spaces, make sure that I get some seasoning with every bite of chicken because gains. And then we're going to pitch this in the oven. I am going to do some experimenting this time around. I just read something not too long ago that said for sweet potatoes, go ahead and place a piece of foil on the bottom rack of your oven, and then put poop. Back to what I was saying. To put your foil on the bottom rack of the oven, and then just put your sweet potatoes on top of the tin foil. So, we're going to take this, we're going to put it right there. Grab my sweet potatoes. Said to poke a hole in them, and I'm going to do a half a sweet potato a meal So 3 sweet potatoes, of course. Math. And we're going to see how that works this time around. I have the oven set to 425. I'll cook that and the chicken in there for probably a half hour or so. The chicken maybe a bit less, and I will see how it comes out. Okay, so the rice is actually done. Sweet potatoes in the oven along with the chicken. About to start my beef right now on the skillet. And honestly, guys, the biggest tip I can give you for meal prepping is try your best to multitask, meaning like with the rice. I knew that could cook and stay in this pot for the entire duration of this. While that was cooking, I could do my chicken, start my sweet potatoes. So kind of plan ahead and figure out what you can do first and then what you can do in between those times. So like I said, chicken's in the oven along with the sweet potatoes. The rice is still good, so while that's all there, I'm going to go ahead and start on my beef. And honestly, once I get my beef started, since my rice is done, I'm going to go ahead and start portioning that out while the beef is cooking. So, like I said, the better you can multitask, the quicker this is going to go, the easier it's going to be. The first couple times you do this, if you haven't done it before, it's going to be a bit confusing. It's going to be time consuming, but consistently doing it, you'll get faster and faster at it every single time. So, biggest piece of advice I could probably give you, yeah, I'm not smart, so that's really all I'm going to give you as far as advice. Yeah. Okay, so just pulled the chicken out. It looks delicious. Got the beef cooking right there. 90% lean beef. Emptied out the rice cooker. Started dividing it up. Measured it all out. It's about a half a cup of uncooked rice. Well, what you're seeing here is cooked rice, but it's a half a cup uncooked. I could get into the math, but I'd probably bore you. Started dividing up the beef. I'm cooking it 1 pound at a time, and then I just kind of eyeball it. What I do is I grab one of these, throw it in there, and then I just cut it down the middle, put half of it in one container, the other half in another, and that gives me 8 ounces of rice per meal. And then while I have that guy cooking, what I'm going to go ahead and do is take these guys right here, some salsa, habanero lime, and cilantro green, and I'm going to start putting them on top of the rice meals. And that'll just add some flavor. I didn't put too much seasoning on the beef because I knew I'd be putting on the salsa. Now once again with the seasonings, salsa does have some carbs in it. If you look at the rear end of this guy here, probably can't get it to focus. But whoop, there we go. Nope, never mind. Anyway, 2 carbs in this, less than 1 gram of sugar. 2 carbs in the grand scheme of things is not going to matter a whole lot unless you are competition prepping. So I'm not too concerned about 2 grams of carbs at the moment. That's about it for meal prep. I'll check back in when I get that done and I get everything separated and packaged up. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. Oh, it's gonna be delicious. Alrighty guys, so I just pulled the sweet potatoes out of the oven. Honestly pretty excited about them. I don't know, they look good. I like all the juices and tasty. Anyway, that's it, really. There are 6 meals of each: beef, rice, salsa, and then chicken, sweet potatoes. Yeah, that's it. That's all the meal prep. Now, the other meals throughout the day will be liquid meals, so those will be things like protein shakes, like I had before, and things like peanut butter sandwiches and on the go type stuff. So that took me probably about an hour and a half to 2 hours. It was a bit more difficult or time consuming than I thought it was going to be, but nonetheless, we got it done and it's out of the way. That is what I love about meal prepping. Honestly, I think that even if I didn't lift as much as I do, I would still probably meal prep, because it's so convenient just to grab lunch and dinner out of the refrigerator and then microwave it. Like, it's so convenient. Guys, if you want to, set yourself up to hit whatever goal you're trying to do, whether it be to gain weight or lose weight, meal prep. Like, it is such a lifesaver. It puts things into perspective, like, whether you were eating enough to begin with or you were eating too much, too little. Meal prep, so convenient. So that's all I really have for you guys this week. Just wanted to cover the meal prepping. The next video that will be up will be those lifts that I was telling you about. We're gonna try and go heavy on some stuff. My macros for right now are around 300 protein, around 250 carbs, and somewhere around like 80 to 90 fat. And I'm gonna stick with that for like a week or two, probably 2 weeks, just get the diet right. And the week after that, I won't actually change my calories at all, my calorie intake, but I'm going to up my cardio the second week, so that will burn calories, so more calories being burned throughout the day, but yet still same amount being consumed. So that's all I really have. Stay tuned for those lifts next week. Should be exciting, should be fun. I have to clean all of this up. Guys, comment, let me know what you think. If you have any questions on the meals or on macros or your diet, if you want some input, I'm no expert, but I love to talk about it, so be more than happy to talk with you guys. Links are in the description box below. I'm gonna eat, and you guys take care.